Hey, good morning, and I want to welcome everybody to another great week and another edition of our flight plan. This is a fabulous way for real estate agents to get connected and have a goal for their plans for the week, and just kind of maybe offer some opportunities for agents to kind of have some different ideas about things they want to think about for the week. I got asked a really great question this past week, and is like, do you really enjoy being a real estate agent? And that's a little bit different than do you want to be an agent. I think it all was a great focus on, do I enjoy this process? And I actually started reflecting on that, and I actually went backwards in time. That when I was a kid, I always enjoyed numbers. I thought I wanted to be an accountant, and what real estate has given me the opportunity to do is to really kind of be more efficient with the math. And math in real estate happens through almost the entire process from A to Z. Being a business owner, being a real estate agent is a business, and I can use math throughout this entire process. So as I was really kind of reflecting on all this stuff is that math involves the contracts. There's the purchase price. There's the mortgage opportunities. What does this mean? How much am I budgeting? All of those details of the contract are all about math. The second piece about this is our contacts. We are a contact business, and without the right number of contacts, then our businesses suffer. And I looked at it from a way of, if I want to build a successful business in order to achieve the results I want in this industry, I needed to make a specific amount of money to take care of my family in the way that I thought I would like to live. What I had envisioned as a kid, how do I want to live my life? What kind of toys do I want? What kind of house do I want to have? All those things factor into the math of being a real estate agent. And I enjoy the process as a real estate agent of helping my customers turn clients into finding the property that they're really fond of, the place that they want to raise their family in. Once the kids are all gone, the downsizing process, and that's the part of this business that I really, really enjoy. The math of it really all revolves around the complexities of how many contacts do I need to have in order to meet those particular goals. And the way that I see this happening is that every person that's watching this or will watch it is, you have to ask yourself, what is my definition of success as a real estate agent? Is it that I've helped somebody buy a house? Is it financial? It's going to be different from person to person. But at the end of the day, we are in a servant business trying to figure out how we can better serve the needs of our clients so that they can achieve the results that they want to achieve. Whether it's on the buy side or on the sell side, it's a golden opportunity for us. So this past week, I shared something that real estate is a contact sport. And if you're not making enough contacts, guess what? You're not going to be successful in the business. Now, I also feel like you have to have a passion for that, because a lot of people will get into the real estate business and say, hey, I just want things to happen, but they're not passionately seeking the opportunity to meet more people. And the way you do that is being very purposeful and driven every single day to meet those numbers. And the math of real estate is really fairly simple. If I want to make a specific amount of money, how many closings do I have in today's world based on the average sales price and the average commission numbers? And can I create the right amount of value to achieve that income level? Now, a lot of people confuse what they earn in real estate as gross revenue. They're not even considering their expenses, and so that brings them to their net. Is that net the appropriate number? That's the number you got to plan on, because you can adjust your expenses. Now, this contact sport is something that you have to have a game plan for these contacts, whether it's a notepad, a spreadsheet, whatever, something that you've got to have a daily plan on. And what I want to focus on this week is that game plan for the number of contacts. I want you to go through, and I'm going to put in a net income spreadsheet that's going to basically say, if I want to earn this much money, what's the percentage of my business that will need to come from sellers and the percentage of my business that will need to come from buyers? And then how many contacts do I need to make to reach those goals? And so the game plan for this week is net income. Then let's try to figure out what the values are for the median sales prices in the neighborhoods that you want to sell in, and how many of those properties would you need to close in order to meet that financial reward. Now, knowing that part is the easy part. I'd like to earn this. My job is this. How many hours will I commit to earning that? And then that will give you the idea of how many hours that you need to spend on lead generation, lead follow-up, appointments, and the whole 9 yards. So being a contact sport, this goes back to the thing, do you enjoy being a real estate agent? Well, I enjoy the contact process. For me, I like to sit down and go, okay, who can I reach out to this week that by meeting them as a opportunity, as a friend, as a contact person, someone that's in my database, what can I learn from them that would better put me in a position to help them or someone that they know buy or sell some real estate? And these are the types of things that I think are absolutely super fun to do. It's the part of the business that I enjoy the most. I enjoy the friendships that have been created because during the course of my 21 years, I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of people. I've created a lot of friendships through all of this, and it's super fun to reach out to these guys periodically just for the check-in side of things. It's what allows the referral side of the business to be very, very successful. So, game plan, flight plan for this particular week is to work backwards from the amount of money that you want to make to the number of contacts that you need to make on a daily basis. And for me, to meet that need is I need to have 5 conversations, solid real estate conversations every single day, and that will meet my net income levels. Now, my income level might be different than yours, so my number's 5. So what do I do with those 5 phone calls? They're very simple. They're just check-ins. They're, hey, how's it going today? Hey, it's been a while since we last chatted. How's everything going for you with your family? We talked about this recently, family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. I call my client and I say, hey, man, how's everything going with your family? Everybody doing well? How's your job? Things still going well there? Have you thought about doing anything different? You're looking for a promotion coming down the pipeline, or you're adding another business, all that kind of stuff. Then I go into, hey man, what have you got plans for the summer? What's your recreation goals for the summer or for the rest of the year? Man, people love these types of conversations. And then I go into the dream house type situation. Now, is the house that you're living in, everything going well there? Is it something that has really been your dream house? Do you think you might be looking for something a little bit different in the near future? And whether it's no, yes, whatever, that part gets put into a CRM. I notate that conversation so that I have the ability. I can't remember things like I used to. So my goal is to put that into a note so that when I reflect on this down the road, I also put a task to reach back out to that individual at whatever interval down the line. And this is the part what makes real estate absolutely fun. And when I talk to agents all the time, it's the one thing that they won't commit to. Is they won't commit to a daily number of calls, and they won't commit to a daily number of appointment requests, and they don't commit to just going out and meeting people and sitting down with them, and they're afraid that people think that they're intruding on their life. And the reality of it is this is what we're called to do. We're called to be a part of their life. We're called to be a part of their financial planning. We're called to be a part of their housing needs, fulfilling those types of things. And it's just a constant check-in. And that's what I am passionate about and what I love so much about this business that I wish more people would embrace. More people just think that real estate's supposed to just, hey, I'm going to sit back and relax and things are going to come to me. You're operating a business, and do you have the right business planning to net the results that you'd like to see happen? And it all goes back to lead generation. Lead generation has so many different things to do. I pulled up some stuff. If you haven't read it, I will tell you that Gary Keller wrote this book. It's The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. And it's interesting. Here we are 20 plus years later, and it's the same reflection. The same things are in here. Are you marketing in the right place? Where are you advertising in the right spot so that you can have these types of conversations? What are you doing from a promotional type thing? You have to invest in a real estate business to be successful. You have to create a budget. If you either budget time or you budget resources. And for those of you that haven't had anything or any sales, you're in a spot where you've got all the time in the world. Spend 40 hours over the course of the next week making as many phone calls as you can to everybody that's currently in your database. I asked somebody the other day, how many people are in your database and how many databases do you actually have? And they said, well, I don't have a CRM, so I don't have a database. And I would say, absolutely you do. You have your phone, that's a solid database. You have Facebook, solid database. Instagram, solid database. Now, you may not know everybody that's on there, but this is your opportunity to get to know them. LinkedIn, another a great resource for all of that. There are a tremendous number of places that we host databases that aren't just directly into a CRM. There are a lot of agents that just look at Facebook as their CRM. They feel like if they have 5,000 people that are very close to them, that if their number of people that they can help is a certain percentage of their database, they can meet their financial needs. So just focusing on one particular type of social media, if purposeful, will satisfy those needs. Imagine going to your Facebook or Instagram or whatever and just asking somebody, hey, I'd love to catch up on a phone call. Are you busy this week? Hey, I know we've been friends on Facebook, but we've never had the opportunity to chat. Are you open for a conversation this week? Hey, I see that you follow me on Instagram. Hey, I'd love for us to get to know each other. Are you open for a conversation this week? Now, some people will just say, hey, I just follow you. I'm not interested in any kind of conversations. Well, great. What part of the country do you live in? Have you ever thought about moving? Do you realize that I am a global agent, not a local agent, not just a local agent? We have friends and contacts all over the planet that we can hook people up with if they need to sell some real estate, and potentially we can get a referral off of that. So that's another purposeful type of a touch to somebody that may live in another market. We can help you with those types of things. We have connections with solid real estate agents all over the country. Now, taking a look at this lead generation platform and the types of things that you can do, I would say if you have all the time in the world, take as much time as you can to reach as many people as you can. That's what's super, super important. It's what I enjoy doing. It's what I suggest other people do. Some people say, well, I want to advertise in local communities. You know what? That's awesome. Advertise in the local communities, but track the results. If you're spending a specific amount of money to market your business to a community newspaper or a community t-shirt or something, we all get those kinds of calls. Just make sure your return on investment is okay. And be prepared to support people and institutions and things that may not give you a financial return, because it's that little piece that we have no earthly idea to know that somebody might go, oh yeah, I saw that somewhere, and it creates legitimacy for your business. It all goes back to what we talked about. It's all math. You have to create the budget. You can either budget money, budget time. You have to have a specific number of people that you want to reach out to on a daily basis in order to meet that particular goal. If you're not committed to reaching certain metrics in your business, there's a higher probability that you're just not going to make it. You're not going to hit your income goals to pay your car note, your mortgage, your rent, your kids' college, or all those different types of things that you're looking to try to do. It's super important that on a day-to-day basis, you have a goal of a specific outcome, that you can track it, you can measure it in a way that you put all that in place. If you do that effectively, then guess what? You will have a very, very successful business, because it's measurable. And most successful people that I've met have metrics in place to know whether or not they're meeting them. And it's amazing how many people will come into our world and they'll just say, hey, what do I need to do? And you share some opportunities with them, and then the following week you say, well, how did it go? And they say, well, something came up, distractions, this happened, and I had to take another job. You know, that also leads back to the other thing. Do you really want to be an agent? And do you want to be a great agent? Great agents have a passion for a specific thing. For me, it's serving the client. To me, I love that process of helping them. It's super important to me. And so because that's super important to me, I do the other tasks to help me get to that point. I have metrics that I meet so that I can get to that point. I can get to the closing table. It's a super frustrating business. There's times when even I get frustrated about it. And I go, man, what in the world's going on? But then I always go back and I reflect on why I'm doing this. I'm doing it because I want to help people. And I want to have conversations with people. I want to talk to a lot of people. I enjoy that more than anything in the world. And so I have my goals on a weekly basis and a daily basis. And then that turns into the monthly and then the yearly goal setting. So just do me a favor. Think about this. Do you really want to be a real estate agent? And do you really like it or enjoy being a real estate agent? And if those are two solid yeses, then create the game plan, create the things that you can do to help you get to those particular goals. So that's what I would focus on this week. It's what I'm going to focus on this week. I want to track my conversations. I want to track my appointments. I want to make sure that when I'm lead generating and I'm having my conversations, I'm actually checking off the list that I'm meeting those goals of 5 real estate conversations every single day. So for me, it's 25 this week. If I can hit 25 solid real estate conversations every single week, that's 520 conversations a year with people. And if there is a 5% return on that, then guess what? I've got 25 sales just from that activity alone. And that meets my goals. So if you got any questions about this, some goal setting and things that you want to do, it is hard to believe, man, we're approaching the halfway point of 2024. Man, we are closing in on 2025's business. We have basically a half of a year left. All the activities that we're going to do today are going to start producing in the Julys and the Augusts and Septembers. If we're not doing it today, we're not going to put it in there. And every day we kick the can down the road, we're just pushing that income out farther and farther and farther down the road. So get busy, get started, reach out to me. I'll help you with some goal planning, some numbers that you need to meet your goals. And I'll include a really nice deal through, it's a Google Drive sheet. It's about your production and goals, and it'll tell you exactly how many you need. The biggest question that we're going to have is conversion rate. So that's why we need to track our numbers on the calls, setting the appointments to contracts to close. All of it's math. And I love the fact that this is a math business. Go make it great. Have a great flight. And I look forward to seeing you soon. I apologize for all the challenges that we're having with my technical side of things. I guess I'm just not that smart on how to get this all done appropriately because I will. I'm going to keep working on it. Have a great week.